Hello students. So let us see the theory part of the chapter 5, that is set off and carry forward losses. So we can expect one 6 marks question and one 14 marks question from this chapter. So let us see first the meaning of set off. So set off of losses is nothing but it's a process of adjustment of losses against the eligible profits of the year. Means if assessee has suffered any losses from the different heads of income, then such losses can be adjusted with the eligible profits of the previous year. So that process of adjustment is called as set off. And the set off is governed by the section 70 and section 71 of the Income Tax Act of 1961. So section 70 is dealing with the intra-ed adjustment or inter-source adjustment, and section 71 is dealing with the inter-ed adjustment. So this set off has been classified into two parts, that is inter-source adjustment or intra-ed adjustment. It is nothing but we are going to adjust the losses with the same head of income. So the section is 70 is dealing with the inter-source adjustment and intra-ed adjustment. And second classification is inter-ed adjustment. It is nothing but we are going to adjust the losses from one head with the other head, that is with other heads of income. So section 71 is dealing with the concept called as inter-ed adjustment. So let us see in detail what is the meaning of inter-source or intra-ed adjustment and inter-ed adjustment. So first one, section 70, inter-source adjustment or intra-ed adjustment. So it is nothing but the setting of losses of one source against the income from the other source within the same head. Means for an example, if the assessee have the two business, so one business is earning the profit and another business is earning the losses. Now the loss which has been earned by the business can be set off or it can be adjusted with the income which has been earned by the other business. So that process of adjustment or the set off will be called as inter-source adjustment or intra-ed adjustment. Means we are going to setting the losses from the one business with the another business, or one transaction or one source with the another source within the same head. So that is called as inter-source adjustment or intra-ed adjustment. So they have given the example that loss of one self-occupied property can be set off against the income from let out property. So you can observe that both the income or both the transaction is relating to the income from house property. So one it is self-occupied property and second one it is let out property. Means the the both properties can be taken to the head called as income from house property. Here the loss from self-occupied property is adjusting from the income from let out property. So that adjustment will be called as inter source adjustment or intra-ed adjustment. And second example, loss from textile business can be set off against the profit of leather business. So both the business can be taken to head called as income from business or profession. And they have given the example that first one, X has two business. So you can observe that X is owning the two business, that is A and B, and he is earning the profit from business A of rupees 5 lakh rupees, and he is earning the loss from the business B, that is rupees 2 lakh rupees. Now he can set off the amount of losses with the another business. Means the taxable income from business is, that is income from business or profession, it is amount from the business, that is profit from business is 5 lakh rupees and the loss from the business is 2 lakh rupees. So 5 lakh minus 2 lakh, the total income from the business is, or the taxable income from the business is 3 lakh rupees. So that is called as intra-ed adjustment or inter-source adjustment. Means we are going to set off the losses within the same head of income. And there are some exemption to the rule of inter-source adjustment or inter-ed adjustment, means which cannot be taken or which cannot be called as inter-ed adjustment or inter-source intra-ed adjustment or inter-source adjustment. That is one, loss from speculation business. So any loss from speculation business can be set off only from the speculation income from speculation business only. So there we cannot see the intra-ed adjustment or inter-source adjustment. Second one, Loss from activity of owning and maintaining resources. So even any loss from the activity of owning and maintaining resources can be set off only from the income from owning and maintaining resources. And third one, set off of loss against the casual winnings, even it can be set off only from the casual winnings. Loss from long-term capitalists, again it can be set off only from the income from the long-term capital gain. And loss from an exempt source of income, even it can be set off only from the exempted source of income only. So you can observe that they have given the exemptions of the rule of inter-source adjustment or intra-ed adjustment. Means these losses cannot be set off within the same ed. So that's why it is called as inter-source adjustment or intra-ed adjustment. Means they can set off only from the speculation business or owning and maintaining the horse races, not within the same ed. Okay. Next, we have the section 71 that is dealing with the inter-ed adjustment. That is, we are going to adjust the loss of the one ed with the income of the another ed. So under this section, the loss can be set off against income under other ed. So they have given the example that loss from non-speculative business, that is, which is not a business, which is the business, the loss from the business or profession can be set off against house property. So you can observe that the one loss has been earned from the business, but the loss has been set off from the house property. So that process or that type of adjustment will be called as inter-ed adjustment, or the set off of within the or between the two heads of income. And there are some exemptions of the inter-ed adjustment also, that is even the loss from a speculation business, because the loss from speculation business can be set off only from the income from speculation business, not with any other heads of income. So even we have seen the same example in the intra-ed adjustment or inter-source adjustment too, because the loss from the speculation business cannot be set off within the same ed or between the ed of the income. So that's why this that can be taken to the example of inter-ed adjustment exemption. Second, loss under the aid profit and gains of the business or profession against income from salary. So we can see the two aids, means the profit and gains of the business or profession cannot be set off against the income from salary. So purely the business or the loss or the business or profession loss cannot be set off against the income from salary. So even it is an exemption from the inter-ed adjustment. Next, loss from activity of owning and mining resources, because we have already seen that any loss from activity of owning and maintaining resources can be set off only from the income of such sources only. Next, set off of losses against casual winnings, even it can be set off only with the income from casual income or casual winnings. And any losses under capital gains, that is, we have two capital gain, one it is called as long-term capital gain and short-term capital gain. So long-term capital gain or any loss from the long-term capital asset can be set off only with the income from long-term capital asset. And we have second category called as short-term capital asset, and any loss from the short-term capital asset can be set off with the two gains called as long-term as well as the short-term. So you can observe the difference is that the loss cannot be set off with the other heads of income. Either it may be salary, either it may be the business or profession, or it may be any other source of income. So these are the some exemptions to the rule of inter-ed adjustment. So there is an example for the inter-ed adjustment, that is X, X has two non-speculative business, A and B. Besides, he has an income from house property. So profit from business A 70,000 and loss from business B 2,90,000. So you can observe that he is having the X having the two business. One it is called as business A and business B. So he is earning the profit from business A of rupees 70,000 and loss from business B 2,90,000. So now you can adjust the loss from the business, that is business B 2,90,000, from the first intra-ed adjustment or inter-source adjustment within the same ed, and after any amount has been pending or is remaining, then that amount can be adjusted with the different heads of income. So how to calculate. So you can see that profit from business is rupees 70,000. Okay. Now from that we are going to adjust the loss of business B, that is section 70, because it is dealing with the inter source adjustment or intra-head adjustment within the same head of income. So both are falls under the income from business. So profit from business is 70,000 and loss from business pay is 2,90,000. But we can set off only 70,000 because business is earning only 70,000 rupees. So we have set off under section 70 intra-head adjustment or inter-source adjustment 70,000. So now the income from business is nil. And again we can set off with the other heads, that is income from house property 5,10,000, and we can set off the business loss under section 71, that is inter-head adjustment between the different heads. So now the balance amount 2,20,000. Why the 2,20,000? Actual loss is 2,90,000. So already the 70,000 has been adjusted with the business profit. Now the remaining balance 2,20,000 can be adjusted with the income from house property. So balance is 2,90,000. So we have two heads of income, that is income from business or profession and income from house property. So the income from business is nil and income from house property is balance 2,90,000. So when we add that, we'll get the gross total income. So that is 2,90,000. So this is the calculation we need to do when we are going to adjust the inter-head adjustment. Next, there are summary of rules, means what income or what losses can be set off with the other incomes. So if you see any loss from the house property, then such loss from house property can be adjusted with the salary or income from salary, income from business income or business or profession, capital gains, and income from other sources. Means any loss from the house property can be adjusted with the income from house property as well as the income from salary, business income, capital gains, and income from other sources. Second one, that is speculation business. So any loss from the speculation business can be adjusted only with the speculation income only. Okay, so the rule says that if any losses which has been suffered from the speculation business can be adjusted only with the speculation income. And non-speculation business or any other business, then such losses can be adjusted only from the house property or income from capital gains and income from other sources. So be careful that these losses can be adjusted with the other heads of income. So either it may be intra-head or inter-head. So first we need to do the intra-head adjustment, means within the same head of income, and if there is any balance, then we can adjust with the inter-head adjustment. Next, any long-term capital loss can be adjusted only from the long-term capital gains. We cannot adjust with the other heads of income. And the short-term capital loss can be adjusted with the two income for one, it is long-term capital gain, and second one short-term capital gain. And income from other sources can be set off with the salary, house property, business income, and capital gain. So the theory part of all these transactions or of the all the rules has been given in the PDF which has been issued to you in the WhatsApp group. Next, we are going to see the concept called as carry forward of losses. So the major question arises that, sir, we have taken the business income or we have suffered the losses, and now we have adjusted with the intra-head as well as the inter-head. So after adjustment also we are going to have, or we have the some part of losses. So what we can do, whether it will be cancelled or it will be lapsed, or whether it can be adjusted in the future days or future year. So when any losses after doing the intra-head adjustment and inter-head adjustment, and if there is any losses, then such losses can be carried forward for the future days or future years. So that process will be called as carry forward of losses. Means just we are going to carry forwarding the losses for the future years. So they ask for 2 marks question, what is the meaning of carry forward of losses? So losses which could not be set off against income of the assessment year do not lapse or it cannot be cancelled but are allowed to be carried forward to be set off against income of the subsequent years. Means if in case any losses which cannot be adjusted in the assessment year or in the previous year, then such losses can be carried forward for the next years, where if the assessee is earning the income, then such losses can be adjusted with that income. So that process will be called as carry forward of losses. Means we are just shifting the losses to the next years. So carry forward of losses for each aid is governed by different sections which defines the number of years. Means how many number of years we can carry forward the losses. So there are different sections or different conditions we need to follow for the different heads of income. So it can be carry forward for against which income it can be set off, etc. So when we are carry forwarding on which from which income we can set off. So even that conditions has been clearly explained in the future slides. So first one, section 71B, carry forward of losses from house property. So if there is any losses from house property, so after adjustment has been done, that is intra-aid as well as the inter-aid, after doing the transaction or after doing the adjustment also, if there is any loss from the house property, it can be carried forward. So that carry forward amount can be set off only from the aid called as house property. So be careful that after doing the adjustment called as intra-aid adjustment and inter-aid adjustment, if there is any losses from the house property, then such losses can be carried forward to the future days or future years. And when we are going to carry forward and we are going to do the adjustment or set off in the future days, then such adjustment or set off has to be done only from the income from house property, not with the other heads. And the time period has been given for maximum of 8 years. Means maximum up to 8 years we can transfer or we can carry forward the losses. So after 8 years also we are not going to adjust or we are not going to set off, then it will be cancelled. So the time period will be maximum of 8 years and the maximum amount up to rupees 2 lakh they have given the adjustment or we can adjust the house property losses. The time period is to be calculated from the end of the relevant assessment in which loss was suffered. So they have clearly mentioned that the time period, that is we are going to transfer for 8 years. So that 8 years can be calculated from the date where we have suffered the losses or in which assessment year we have suffered the losses. So for an example, if loss relates to assessment 2013 and 13, so 12 and 13 means if any assessee has suffered any losses from the house property in the year called as 12 and 13 assessment year, then based on that we are going to calculate the 8 years. Means it can carry forward up to assessment year 20 and 21. So till that date they can do the adjustment. Even after that if they cannot do if even after that if they not done any adjustment, then that amount has been cancelled or it will be cancelled. So this is the provision for carry forward of losses from the house property. Second we have, that is section 72, carry forward of losses on non-speculation business. Means we cannot expect the income. So if in case if there is any loss from the non-speculative business, then it can be set off in the future income of any business of assessee. Either it may be speculative or non-speculative. So any loss from the non-speculative business can be carried forward and that carry forward losses can be set off only from the income called as either from the speculative business or non-speculative business. And that carry forward can be done for the period of 8 years or the 8 assessment years, and it is not necessary that it must be set off against income from same business, because we have already seen that the income can be or the loss can be set off with the either it may be speculative business or non-speculative business. So there is no need of set off against the same business. Okay. And last one, such losses can be carried forward only if the return of income or losses of the year in which loss incurred is furnished on or before the due date of furnishing the return as prescribed under the section 139 of 1. Means if the assessee has to claim or if the assessee want to claim the carry forward of our section 72, then he is supposed to file the returns on or before the due date under the section 139 of 1. So then only is eligible to carry forward the losses and you can do the adjustment or set off. Next, section 74 is dealing with the carry forward of losses under the head capital gains. That is, either it may be long-term capital gain or it may be short-term capital gain. So if there is any loss from the short-term capital gain and it can be adjusted or it can be carried forward, and after doing the carry forward, that losses can be adjusted only from long-term capital gain as well as the short-term capital gain. Means we have suffered the loss and that losses is going to transfer, it's going to carry forward, and in the future date when you want to set off, then set off amount can be done only from the income from long-term capital asset or the short-term capital asset. And second, we have the long-term capital gain or the long-term capital losses. And if any unabsorbed, means which cannot be set off in the previous assessment year, that losses can be carried forward, then that losses can be adjusted only from the long-term capital gains in the future. And the time period has been given for the capital gains, that is 8 assessment years, means up to 8 years they can carry forward the losses. And after the 8 years also, if they're not adjusted, if they're not set off, then the amount will be cancelled. Such losses can be carried forward only if the return of income or loss of the year in which the loss is incurred is furnished on or before the due date of the furnishing the return. So same has been given. If you want to claim the section 74 or the exemption, then you need to file the return of the income on or before the due date under the section 139 of 1. Next, we have section 73, that is loss in speculation business. So if there is any loss from the speculation business, it can be adjusted only from the income from speculation business. Even after adjustment, if there is any loss, then that can be carried forward, and that carry forward losses can be adjusted in the future only from the speculation business only. And that loss can be carried forward for a period of 4 assessment years. So be careful that when they ask the question called as explain the provisions under the set off and carry forward losses, then we need to clearly explain with the time period also. So in case of loss from the speculation business, that losses can be carried forward and it can be adjusted up to 4 assessment years. And it cannot be set off against any other head. So already we have discussed that the loss from speculation business can be set off only from the income from speculation business. The business to which the loss pertains to may be discontinued. So even if there is any loss from the business, if it is also discontinued, then it can also be adjusted. Such losses can be carried forward only if the return of income or the same in which the loss is incurred furnished on or before the due date as prescribed under the section 139 of 1. So we need to follow the rules which has been given under the section 139 of 1. Then they need to file the returns on or before the due date. Next, section 41 of 5, set off of losses after lapse of 8 years. So where the business or profession referred to in this section is no longer in existence, any loss which arose in that business or profession during the previous year in which it is ceased to exist and which cannot be set off against any other income of that previous year. So such business is not a speculation business. So no need of considering all these things. Just see the rules which is required for the set off and carry forward losses. It is regarding the speculative business they have given the information. Next, deemed business income includes, that is, subsequent recovery of any expense which was previously allowed. So they may ask for meaning called as what is the meaning of deemed business or deemed income. So subsequent recovery of any expense which was previously allowed, profit on sale of asset used for scientific research, recovery of bad debts which was previously allowed, amount withdrawn from the special reserve. So even it is related to speculative business. And next we have this section called as section 73A, that is loss of specified business under section 35 AD. So any loss computed in respect of specified business shall be allowed to be adjusted only against profit of some other specified business. So you can observe that any loss from the specified business can be adjusted only from the other specified income. So if any loss remains unobserved as above, it can be carried forward and set off against future income of specified business only. The time period it shall be allowed to carry forward without any time limit until it is fully set off. So it is purely related to specified business. So if there is any loss from the specified business, it can be adjusted with the only the income from the specified other specified business only. And if there is any losses, and it can be carried forward for the future days, and in the next or in the future days it can be adjusted only from the specified business income, and they have not given any time period until it is fully set up. We can do the adjustment or set off. Next, section 74A, that is carry forward of losses of activity of owning and maintaining race horses. So if there is any loss from the owning and maintaining of race horses, it can be adjusted with the income from the same source, and it can be carry forward for a period of 4 years. And such losses can be carried forward only if the return of income or loss of the year in which the loss is incurred is furnished on or before the due date as per the section 139 of the 1. So carry forward of losses of activity of owning and maintaining resources can be adjusted only from the same business, and it can be carried forward up to 4 assessment years. Next important one, section 32 of 2, that deals with the unobserved depreciation. So they may ask for 2 marks question, what is the meaning of unobserved depreciation, and they may ask for 6 marks question, explain the provisions for carry set off and carry forward of unobserved depreciation. So the unobserved depreciation can be adjusted, either it may be intra-ed adjustment or inter-ed adjustment. That is inter-source adjustment as per the section 70 and inter-ed adjustment as per the section 71. So unobserved depreciation is nothing but the amount of depreciation which has to be claimed, but they have not been claimed in the previous year. So that amount will be called as unobserved depreciation. So first, the unobserved depreciation has to be set off against the profit of any other business or profession. Okay, so the unobserved depreciation can be adjusted. First, we need to give the preference for the intra-ed adjustment, that is inter-source adjustment within the same ed. So that amount can be adjusted from the profit of any other business or profession. So before adjusting the unobserved depreciation, first we need to do the set off of any loss from the business or profession, and we need to claim the depreciation. And after calculating all the two, that is loss from business or profession or the depreciation, and we need to go for the unobserved depreciation. And if there is any remaining amount or the balance amount, then that can be adjusted, that is under the section 71, that is inter-ed adjustment. So it can be set off against income of other rates except salary and casual income. So unobserved depreciation can be adjusted with the business or profession, house property, capital gain, and other sources except salary and casual incomes. Next, carry forward of unobserved depreciation. It can be carry forward and without any time limit. Means after doing the carry forward, it can be set off it can be set off against the income, any income except salary and casual winnings, either from the business or profession, or it may be house property, or it may be other sources or capital gain. It can be adjusted, and it cannot be adjusted from the salary or casual in winnings. And the time period, no time limit, up to or until the set off we can do the unobserved depreciation can be set off without any time limit. And it can be set off even the business to which unobserved depreciation pertains to has been discontinued. So even for which business the unobserved depreciation has been calculated, has been discontinued. Even after the discontinuation also, we can do the adjustment or set off. So that is regarding the unobserved depreciation. So it is related to theory part of the chapter 5, that is set off and carry forward of losses.